प्रभु तव मूर्ति विनोदकारी पलपन विसरे नहीं जो विसारी जुगल चरण सोल चिन्ह जेह नजर समीपे रहो अमारी एह नजर समीपे रहो अमारी एह। स्वामीनारायण भगवाननी जय, ठाकुरजी महाराजनी जय, सद्गुरुदेवनी जय। सर्वोपरि our dear Wala Shri Thakurji Maharaj, our divine Guru Parampara, the path maker to our liberation, our Puja Guruji, and all of you viewers, Jai Swaminarayan. Welcome to another episode of Loyadham Q&A webinar. And today we have our two participants. Let's give them an intro. Today is March 31st. Sahaj Bhagat from New Jersey. Jai Swaminarayan Bhagat. Welcome to the webinar. Tirth Bhagat, New Jersey. Jai Swaminarayan. Welcome to the webinar. First timers, of course. Bhakto Majama, all right? Are you nervous? Thodo? You'll be fine. Barabar? Just a conversation between me and you. And just all the other people watching. Okay, let's get right into it, okay? Sahaj Bhagat, you have a question that you had sent to me before. I would like you to go ahead and, read your question, and then we'll analyze it and have a conversation with it. Go ahead.
Sure. The message is from Swami. My question was, how can we effectively progress in Satsang without taking the abhav-avgun of santos and bhaktos?
How can we effectively progress in Satsang without taking the abhav-avgun of santos and bhaktos? Well, your answer is actually inside of your question, but we'll definitely analyze it in detail. You have to stop taking abhav-avgun in order to effectively progress, okay? But that's not your answer. That's just something that I thought of. Now, first and foremost, let's break down what is abhav and avgun. Abhav and avgun. Something that's negative. A feeling, a thought, a behavior, your body language, attitude in your life that's negative towards someone else, especially in satsang, is called abhav and avgun. It may be negative thoughts, it may be behavior, it may be shown through your body, your attitude through your body language, any of this but a negative feeling. For example, if someone is annoying you, you're going to tell them once, you're going to tell them twice, you're going to tell them a couple of times. But then, every time you see that person, you're going to be like, oh man, I hope he gets away from me. Or I want to get far away from this person as possible. Because tamara mind ma thuduk negativity ena vise thai gayi, correct? Now, your question is based off of santos and bhaktos. So, how can you progress in satsang without taking abhav-avgun of santo and bhaktos? Now, santo and bhaktos have a human body. You have a human body. Santo and bhaktos have two eyes. You have two eyes. Santo and bhakto have 2 ears. You also have 2 ears. Santo and bhakto have 2 legs and 2 arms. You also have 2 legs and 2 arms. So what happens is that they look exactly like you. Some are thin. Some may be a little chubby like you. Different sizes, variations. But all the human characteristics are the same, correct? No offense, Vinayji. Vinayji is sitting here. And that definitely was taking under him. But saying that, when you compare yourself on a physical characteristic, everything is the same. But their atmas, their soul, is different from yours. We cannot see that. Due to that, we take abhav-avgun. When we look at the physical body of someone, automatically, this person is dark, this person is light-skinned, this person is chubby, this person is thin, this person is short, this person is tall. Thei jai chhe? Right off the physical characteristic, barabar? Pan, koini drashti, koino vision આત્મા તરફ નથી હોતું, એટલે અભાવ-અવગુણ આવે છે. જો in Bhagwan Swaminarayan's Vachnamrut, if we grasp his vision to look at the soul, to look at Bhagwan inside of everyone, then abhav-avgun would never occur. But we forget this, and we forget it a lot. Due to that, there's this Vachnamrut that I want to dissect with you, so you understand your question more. Gadada, first chapter 28. When a satsangi is likely to regress, meaning fall in the satsang fellowship, vicious desires steadily flourish within him. At first, he begins to perceive flaws in all of the satsangis day by day. So whoever he sees, he doesn't know how to sing. He doesn't know how to walk. Look at this man. Is this how you dress in Mandir? This person, he eats like a slob. You call him a satsangi? Look at this guy. How much can you eat? This is how much you eat? You're in the Mandir, man. Relax. Keep it a little light. No offense again, okay? You eat full, okay? Don't worry about it. Talking to Vinayji. Anything with food is not pertaining to you particularly. I'm just saying, okay? But things like that. Could I ask you a question? Both of you bhaktos. When you come to Mandir every Saturday, you meet your peers, bhaktos that are of the same age, bhaktos that are older, bhaktos that are younger, right? Everyone. In some way, somehow, do you develop any kind of abhav-avgun when you meet them? Sahaj Bhagat? It can be something, it can be anything. Whatever the thoughts I gave you or anything outside of it, but anything negative. When you come to Mandir, does thoughts arise in your mind?
Something for like people that are friends, like peers, bhaktos I'm usually with, not for them, but like older bhaktos or bhaktos that I'm not often with, I sometimes just see it once or twice, and then I have a mentality that, oh, they did something like this, they did something like this, they do this and that.
Okay. What about Santos?
No, Swami, not Santos.
Okay. Tirth Bhagat, same question.
When I walk into Mandir, like, I don't really think like anything of like anything negative about anybody unless like they're doing something that like makes them seem more negative. Then
Right.
I like have other thoughts like on that.
Like normal instincts. I get it.
Yeah.
So if someone's eating like a slob and everyone is eating very ethical and politely, you're going to be like, this guy doesn't know how to eat. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Awesome. I mean, not awesome, but awesome. All right? Well, let's continue. I want you to hold on to your thoughts that you just shared, okay? Now, what does Maharaj say? At first, he begins to perceive flaws in all the satsangis day by day, every single day. There's not one day. Well, you go to Mandir every Saturday. It's not like you go every day, right? But when you go on a Saturday, always some kind of thoughts occur. In his heart, he feels all of these satsangis lack understanding, meaning I'm the smart one, everyone else is dumb. I'm putting it in very, very blunt terms. I'm the smart one. I know what I'm doing. No one else knows what they're doing. I know how to do this. This guy does not know how to do this. I know how to sing. this person does not know how to sing, like me. Any thoughts like that? No? A little bit? No? Raj Bhagat is sitting in front of me as well. So I'm just picking all of you apart one by one, all right? Picking your minds a little bit. Only I have true understanding. In this way, he considers himself to be superior to all. This is the problem. Bhagwan wants to make us dasna das. Bhagwan wants to make us humble. He wants to make us nirmani. But how can he do so if our thoughts are, I'm the best, I'm the cheese, worldly terminology, I'm the greatest of all time, or goat, as they call it. Yes? There's no one better like me. No one can do it better like me. If I had the opportunity to do this, I would do it 100 times better than this guy, definitely. I'm the best. No one has a brain like me. My brain is out of this world. These are just examples, but something that touches these kinds of lines, I'm the best, I'm superior to all. Such a person remains constantly uneasy day and night because of these thoughts. He's not comfortable. He doesn't feel like happiness or shanti or peace in his heart because he feels like he's the greatest. He feels uneasy day and night. In fact, he constantly smolders like a half-burnt log. Have you guys ever seen a half-burnt log? Guruji? Have you seen that? Well, let's take a look. This is how it looks, okay? Technical Bhagat is going to put it right up. This is a half-burnt log, okay? Literally, you can see it's a half-burnt log, okay? But now, what happens is it's burning in the inside, and also the smoke, if someone gets it in their eyes, starts to burn our eyes. So half of it is like in good condition, as you can see the bottom part of it, but the part that you see right now, right in front of us, is smoking. So you feel like 50% good and 50% really bad because you have such thoughts of you're superior to all. There is no one like you. Now this, due to this very factor, abhav and avgun are triggering your mind. Do you understand? You feel like you're the best. You feel like there's no one like you. You feel like your qualities are the highest and there is no one else better than you. Due to that, abhav and avgun triggers. Why? When you see a person that does something a little less than you, or you think he does something less than you, automatically in your mind, you think, aane kai khabar nahi padti. That's why abhav-avgun happens. That's the main root, is you feel like you're the greatest above everyone else. Now, let's dissect a little more, and then I'm going to give you your medicine, okay? Karyani's second chapter, Vachanamrut. What is the reason for this? Why is one developing such kind of abhav-avgun? One individual's intellect is such that since the day he joins the Satsang fellowship, he may occasionally perceive a flaw in God and the Sant, but it does not persist. It passes away. You know how Sahaj Bhakti, you said, Thodi var thai. Sometimes thai pan jature. It goes away. It doesn't remain. Right? It doesn't remain when you have a negative thought, but it doesn't remain. But thai su, that individual has been cursed because he may have pained a great sant, or he may have hurt a meek person, or he may have not have served his parents. That is why his intellect is in this way. Bhagwan has shown in Karyani's second chapter, Vachanamrut, that number one, his mind is cursed. I'm sorry to say that, but it is what it is. Why? Because he may have pained a great sant. Mota sant hoye ene dukh hoya hoye koi bhi rite. Or he may have hurt a weak person. Weak person not physically, but his nature is of weakness. He is not able to say something he wants, he tolerates. And he may not have served his parents. Due to that, his intellect is cursed. Problem ache. Do you understand? How do you remove all this? This is a lot. Now don't feel afraid your mind is cursed, it's cursed. This is just the Vachanamrut. There are other factors due to abhav-avgun occurring, but this is one of the factors, as Maharaj states. What is abhav-avgun like? Well, according to Gadara, 1st chapter 35, imagine a glass of milk, okay? You put some nice sugar inside, maybe some elaichi if you're Indian. If you're not, just sugar and call it a day. Stir it. And in front of your eyes, 2 drops of cobra venom inside of that glass of milk. Would you feel like drinking that milk, Tirth Bhagat? Just a sip? Sahaj Bhagat, would you feel like drinking that milk? Suppose you haven't had milk in like a month and it's your favorite. You love drinking milk. But you saw there's a couple of spoons of sugar added, but then you also saw 2 drops of venom was also added. Would you feel like drinking that milk? No. In the same way, taking abhav-avgun is like this. It seems good, but it's like drinking milk. You can't see the venom, but you're killing your own self by drinking that, even a sip of that glass of milk. So that's how dangerous it is. Bhagwan Swaminarayan has shown these examples in the Vachanamrut. These are not my examples, but you can definitely thank Bhagwan Swaminarayan for showing such kind of practical examples in the Vachanamrut in this way right here. Another example he shows, Gadara, last chapter 12. Furthermore, even though he may be called a Satsangi, a person who has perceived faults in God or his bhakta should be known like a rabid dog, or a dog with rabies. That's a dog with rabies. That's not a pretty dog at all. Now, what is rabies? Well, suppose a dog with rabies bites you, you are going to develop a lot of symptoms which humans don't have. Like barking, a little bit, yeah? A little bit of craziness, unstable mind, fever, all these kind of side effects. But a dog with rabies, the rabies, like the disease is it's in his saliva, as you can see right there. This is actually a dog who has rabies, okay? Now, what is abhav-avgun like? He is to be known like a rabid dog. Just as one who is touched by the saliva of a rabid dog also becomes rabid, similarly, if one listens to the talks of or keeps affection for one who has perceived faults in God or his bhakta, then both of the person who keeps the affection as well as the listener would become a non-believer. Bhagwan એવું કહે છે that if you take a abhav-avgun, that's one thing, but even if you have friends or people you have affection for, if they take a abhav-avgun and you also kind of become their friend or you stay close to them, then you're also going to become a Nastik or a non-believer because of listening to those abhav and avguns. It's very difficult, Sahaj Bhagat, ke abhav-avgun, if someone is saying abhav-avgun to you, your job is to tell them, to tell you something good about Bhagwan, his santos and bhaktos. But just to sit there and listen to the abhav and avgun is not a characteristic of a Hari Bhagat. So you have to be everyone has to be very, very cautious regarding that. And finally, Bhagwan says, just as tuberculosis is never cured by any medicine, similarly, the demonic attitude of one who has perceived faults in God or his bhakta is never eradicated from the perceiver's heart. Tuberculosis is a disease. It's a viral disease, as you can see here. Droplets from a cough or sneeze by an infected person. It's airborne. It's an airborne disease, just like COVID. And when a person gets tuberculosis, then it becomes very difficult to live. It's gonna kill you one day or another. In the same way, by having affection, talking to, or associating with someone who has abhav-avgun of others, you also become like that. Your mind also becomes demonic, and at the end you fall from satsang. That's the only result. There is no other result. So you have to be very careful. So now, since I've frightened you, like out of your mind, now I'd like to unfrighten you, okay? So the reason why I frighten you is because in the Vachanamrut, Bhagwan Swaminarayan spoke 262 chapters. 40% of his talks are based off of staying away from negative abhav-avgun of others, thinking, talking, or even listening via others. That's how much weight Bhagwan has put in the Vachanamrut regarding abhav and avgun. That's how dangerous and toxic and radioactive and hazardous it is. You know, when you go to, like a nearby nuclear site, just passing by, a nuclear plant or anything, there's a lot of signs of, radioactivity, stay away. Or when you go to the doctor's office, there's that needle box. It has that like circle of the hazard sign. I'm sure you've seen that. That's kind of like Bhagwan Swaminarayan warning his bhaktos regarding staying away from abhav and avgun. So again, since I've frightened you, I'd like to cheer you up, okay? So, solution. Obviously, there's a solution for everything. What's the solution for effectively progressing in satsang without taking abhav and avgun of others? Very simple, the opposite. Abhav and avgun is red, and taking the qualities of others is green. Abhav and avgun is black, taking good qualities of others is white. Abhav and avgun is tails versus taking good qualities is heads. Do you understand? They're complete opposites, North Pole and South Pole. Oil and water can never mix. Complete opposites. In the same way, Bhagwan says in the Vachanamrut Gadada, 1st chapter 28, the solution. When a person is likely to progress in satsang, pure desires steadily flourish within him. Day by day, he sees only virtues in all the satsangis. He views all devotees as superior to himself and considers himself to be insignificant. See, it's complete opposite. Bhagwan Swaminarayan says the only solution and the way to progress, take good qualities. Let me tell you a vat. Pujya Yogi Swami. One time in 2013, he came here. I had a chance to meet with him, live with him, stay with him. He taught me one thing. You know how when santos eat in the wooden bowls, one bite at a time, santos eat, right? Not like us. We don't do that. We don't use this hand. We use just this hand. And one by one, we break the rotli, shak, and we eat it, right? Yogi Swami taught me at that time, 2013, that when you break rotli and take shak and put it in your mouth, think of a good quality of a sant in our mandal, and then take that bite. Think about the quality. And then again, pick something else up, eat it, think about another Swami's good quality. In that way, throughout your whole, you can say, eating experience, you're taking qualities, good qualities of santos and bhaktos constantly. That was Yogi Swami's trick. It's a matter of if we want to accept it or not. But that's just a small technique he showed me. But Sahaj Bhagat, even if you come into satsang, every week you come here. Now your vision will change. When you see a bhagat, you see that he's annoying or he's rude. Well, you'll think, instead of annoying and rude, that might pop up for 1 or 2 seconds, but you'll think that aa to Maharaj ne Guruji na che. Automatically your abhav-avgun will go away. Because you have good quality towards Maharaj and Guruji. So when you connect them with this person, then automatically your abhav-avgun will go away. Also, another thing, suppose you have a talent of playing the octopad, is that correct? That thing with the sticks, is that it? You're very talented. You're so great at playing it, okay? Because I've heard you and it's fantastic. I've never heard you actually, I'm not gonna lie. But playing the octopad, and suppose you played it really well in Kirtan Swami's Kirtan, okay? And everyone's like, man, you did a great job. તમે તો બહુ જ સરસ વગાડી, બહુ જ સરસ. તમે તો તમાર જેવું એક કોઈ વગાડી જ ના શકે, એટલું સરસ વગાડ્યું. દેન તમને એવું વિચારવાનું, યુ હેવ ટુ થિંક ત્યારે આ તો મહારાજ અને ગુરુજી મને અહીંયા લોયાધામમાં ચાન્સ આપ્યો અને એમને જ મને આ ટેલેન્ટ શીખવાડી, ત્યારે હું શીખી શક્યો, ત્યારે હું અહીંયા વગાડી શક્યો. પણ મારી આ ક્વોલિટી નથી, હું તો બહુ નાનો છું, એ બહુ મોટા છે. જેને તમને ટીચ કર્યું હોય, તમારો મ્યુઝિક ટીચર હોય તો એને જ ક્રેડિટ આપવી પડે. કેમ કે તમને સત્સંગમાં આવ્યા એના પહેલાં આ ટેલેન્ટ નથી. આવી ક્યાંથી? કોકે તમને આપી ત્યારે, પછી એ વ્યક્તિને તમે ભૂલી ગયા અને તમે એવું લઈ લીધું કે મને જ આવડે છે. એટલે પછી શું થયું કે તમને તમારા વિશે બહુ મોટપ મનાઈ, એટલે પછી બીજા બધા નાના દેખાઈ ગયા. પ્રોબ્લેમ આ થયો. પણ માનવાનું છે એવું કે આ તો મહારાજને ગુરુજીનું આપેલું છે. ધીસ ઇઝ ઓલ મહારાજ એન્ડ ગુરુજી, નોટ મી. I can never take any credit for this. I will never take any credit for this. It's them. તો પછી અભાવ-અવગુણ ના આવે. જેમ અહીંયા રાજ ભગત છે, આટલી નાની ઉંમરે બહુ સરસ ગાય છે. ગુરુજી બહુ રાજી થાય છે. પેલા છંદ ગાય ને, બહુ હાર્ડ છે એ ગાવાનું, કેમ કે વર્ડ્સ બહુ સ્પીડી આવતા હોય, એનો પ્રોનાઉન્સ કરવાનું, પાછો વર્ડ્સ ગુજરાતીમાં છે, એટલે વેરી વેરી ડિફિકલ્ટ. યટ રાજ ભગત ગુરુજીને, સંતોને, ભક્તોને રાજી કરવા માટે ગાય છે, એટલે સારું છે. પણ જો રાજ ભગતને એવો વિચાર આવે કે મહારાજ એવું એકે કોઈ છંદ ગાતું નથી, હજુ તો મેં કોઈ સાંભળ્યું જ નથી કોઈ છંદ ગાતા, હું જ ગાઉં છું અને હું જ બેસ્ટ છું, તો પ્રોબ્લેમ, મોટો પ્રોબ્લેમ. યસ. પણ એવું રાજ ભગતને તો નહીં જ વિચાર આવે, મને ખબર છે. રાજ ભગત તો એવું જ વિચારે છે કે મહારાજને ગુરુજીએ આ કર્યું છે, બરાબર ને? હા, એટલે કોઈ પ્રોબ્લેમ નથી. આ તમારું સોલ્યુશન છે. બધાના ગુણ લો, બધાના ગુણ લો, જ્યાં જુઓ ત્યાં બધાના ગુણ લો, તો કોઈ દિવસ અભાવ નહીં આવે. અને અભાવ નહીં આવે તો ઇફેક્ટિવલી પ્રોગ્રેસ સત્સંગમાં ડે બાય ડે થશે. ધીસ ઇઝ યોર આન્સર ટુ યોર ક્વેશ્ચન. ઇઝ ધેટ સેટિસ્ફેક્ટરી? વચનામૃતથી જ બતાવી દીધું, આમાંથી કંઈ બહાર છે જ નહીં. વચનામૃતથી કંઈ બહાર નથી. યસ તીર્થ ભગત, you understood? Well, you're up to bat now. Ask away.
How can one develop the courage to become nishkapat with Guruji and have him more involved in our life?
How can one develop the courage to become niskapat, meaning honest, with Guruji and have him more involved in our life? Great question, Tirth Bhagat. Very, very unique and actually thought through. There's 2 parts to this question we want to break down, okay? First and foremost, to become honest, even with your parents, is very hard. Agreed? Suppose, for example, in your house, your mom bought a flower vase. You know, those flower pot things, like glass ones. And, you have spring break, playing some, ball inside the house, throwing it around in the wall. Parents are at work, so no one knows. And the ball accidentally hits the vase and breaks it totally, just completely shatters it. Now, there's two roads. One is obviously you're going to become afraid, so you're going to be like, oh my God, my mom loves this. Now what am I going to say to her? She's going to kill me. Yes? So one road obviously is to make up a story, and the other road is to be honest, correct? What would you choose? I'm putting you on the spot. I don't know if your family's watching, but I'm putting you on the spot. What would you do?
Right now, I would tell the truth. But
Ooh.
if I was younger, I would have like made up a story.
Oh, so you would tell the truth and take the heat from your mother, is that correct?
Yeah.
खिजाए तो वहाँ तो नहीं हमने. So what would you be like? How would you, just short, how would you make up the story? If you had to make up a story, what would you say?
I would say
This is all on your creativity, okay?
one of my friends came over to like play with me or something.
Okay.
And then like they accidentally broke it.
So you're gonna blame it on your friend. Very smart, very smart. So you'd lie through your friend. You're gonna use your friend as a dummy, correct? Perfect. That's a great story. Everyone would buy that. I would even buy that, no doubt. But the other way is to become honest. But it's hard to do, is that correct? To become honest is hard because you know your mom's going to become very upset. This is a small example in our life with our parents, okay? Now, it takes a lot of courage, but don't worry, impossible is nothing. Now, there's two sides to this that I thought of. One is of the worldly side, and the other one is of the spiritual side. To become honest in the world about something you did by mistake or whatever, that's of the worldly side. But to become honest in spiritual side is also another side. And that only is with the Ekantik Satpurush or Puja Guruji, as your question states and demonstrates. Now there's also two faces to be honest about. One is a mistake that you did, like the one that I just gave you an example of. That's of the worldly side. But another factor you can be honest about is spiritual life, your internal enemies that no one knows about. Do you understand? That question you asked is, how can one develop the courage to become niskapat, honest with Guruji? It takes a lot of courage, number one. How do you develop that courage? That's the question. Well, let's take a look at your answer, okay? Anandanand Swami asked further, how can a person please such a great Purush? This is Gadada, first chapter 58. It's the Vachanamrut with your answer inside, okay? Shriji Maharaj explained, first of all, he must be honest with the great Sant. He must also forsake lust, anger, avarice, infatuation, matsar, egotism, jealousy, arrogance, and all desires and cravings. Moreover, he should behave as a servant of the Sant and maintain a constant effort to eradicate egotism from his heart. While doing so internally, he should physically continue to bow down to everyone as well. As a result, the great Sant will become pleased with him. The solution is one can develop the courage to become honest with Puja Guruji if he has a desire to please him. If you want to make someone Raji, if you want to please someone, you would do anything, correct? For example, two newlyweds, to make themselves each other happy, they would work 60 hours a day. You know, the husband would work, sorry, not a day, 60 hours a week. The husband would do anything to get his new wife anything she wants. Why? Because he wants to please her. Yes, that's a motive. That's just an example of the world. In the same way, if we want to please Puja Guruji, if we want to make him Raji, then only can we become honest with him. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, whatever your honesty is, or whatever it may be about your internal enemies or anything, that is only between you and Puja Guruji. It's kind of like a private, like a session with Puja Guruji and you. No one else needs to know that, because the Akantik Satpurush is such that he never spreads anyone else's negative faults to anyone. He keeps it with him, and he gives you a solution to dissolve it so you become happy in life. So you have to remember that if you want to make Guruji happy, then you will automatically be honest with him. The second part to your question is also great, and it says Guruji, to make Guruji happy. And then it says, second one is, how can you involve him in your life more? Well, I stated out some points that will help you, okay? Number one, developing a strong connection with him will keep Guruji involved in your life. Weekly video calls through WhatsApp, do you do that? No. Well, we're going to have to start. If you want to involve Puja Guruji in your life, you must do weekly video calls with him through your dad's phone. If you don't have a personal phone, just ask him. But you can even do it with your dad, no problem, to develop a relationship with Puja Guruji. Do you, Sahaj Bhagat, do weekly video calls with Puja Guruji? No, not weekly? Okay. Well, you should also start, Bhagat. What about daily voice messages? Jai Swaminarayan Puja Guruji, Danvat Said. Again, if you don't have a personal phone, I'm sure your dad does come home to sleep. Is that correct? And eat food? Tyare phone vapri levano, barabar? Alright, nonetheless, coming to visit him on a physical presence when he's here. So suppose he's traveling around the United States or any other country, but when he comes here to New Jersey, it's your obligation to come to Mandir and meet him, do danvats to him, to greet him, to make a closer bond to him. That's how you get Guruji involved. That's what I thought of. Number two, asking a spiritual question. When you call him, ask him something spiritual. That way he'll give your answer, and also a bond will be developed. Another point is remembering his memories with you. Suppose you came to Utsav and in 2017 over here in Winter Workshop on this stage, Puja Guruji played musical chairs with kids. Did you remember that? I don't know if you also played inside. Were you there? Both of you, Bhaktos? I don't know. But if you did, that's a memory with Puja Guruji. Now, whoever played with him and whoever has it recorded in their mind and hearts, they can never forget it. It's a connection. In the same way, suppose Puja Guruji came here to New Jersey and he gave you some candy, or he put his hand on your head, or he called you, Tirth Bhagat, Kemcho. If you remember that, that's also developing memories with him. And through that, he will become more and more involved in your life. Another point is following his agnas. Tirth Bhagat, daroj mane jeswaran kai dejo. Tirth Bhagat, puja daroj karjo. Tirth Bhagat, તમે મંદિર દર શનિવાર જજો. All these are different agnas. Whatever Guruji has told you to do. Tirth Bhagat, santono samagam karjo. If you do that Guruji will also be more involved in your life like that. And finally, one point, asking him every time, whenever you have to take an important decision in your life, like a transition, like Guruji, ave high school pati gayi chhe, now I'm going into college. What profession should I take? Don't worry, Guruji is not going to be like, oh, Tirth Bhagat, become a scientist when you want to become like a IT major. He's going to ask you some options, okay? He's going to be like, what are you interested in? And you say aeronautical engineering. Then Guruji is going to be like, go for it. I'll pray that you become a aeronautical engineer. Do you see what I'm saying? But life decisions that are important. Like suppose now after you're done with college, now there's two options. Now there's actually a prasang in one of our bhagats, Kushal Bhagat. I'm sure you know him. He lives in Florida right now. He had to take a decision when he graduated from West Virginia University. He majored in IT or something like that, computer related. He got two job offers. One was from the FBI in West Virginia, which was like 6 figures from the starting point, very high salary based job. And the second job that he got offered was in Chicago, United Airlines, which was only like 70 or 80,000 starting pay, okay? Now, he called Guruji immediately. He said, I have 2 job offers. One is like this, and this is the pay. One is like this, and the pay is very low. What should I do? Puji Guruji said, first question, where is Satsang more located? Kushal Bhagat said, more in Chicago. Then Guruji immediately made a decision and said, go to Chicago. Maintain your Satsang. Don't worry about your pay. He did this for 2 years. And then his contract expired and he got a new contract offer, which was for 6 figures because of his work progress and his, you can say he had great work experience just in 2 years. What happened? He listened to Puja Guruji, he kept Puja Guruji in his life, and due to that, he has satsang and money because of keeping Guruji involved in his life. In the same way, Tirth Bhagat, Sahaj Bhagat, when you have to make life decisions, or any other bhaktos here, when you have to make important life decisions, always ask Puja Guruji, and then whatever he says, admire it. Do not use your mind and think, oh, this. Kushal Bhagat didn't think about his lower pay grade. He thought about whatever Guruji says, barabar se. $20,000, $30,000 less is fine, but satsang was maintained. And due to that, he got an offer more than the West Virginia job in just a couple of years, and his satsang maintained. That's what Puja Guruji does for us. He keeps us happy in this life and also the life after. And final example with a video that I would like to show all of you is Puja Yogi Swami's life. Puja Yogi Swami's life was completely revolving around Puja Guruji and Thakurji Maharaj, just like how the earth revolves around the sun. Everything that he did had something to do or some connection with Thakurji Maharaj and Puja Guruji. And I would like to show you a small video clip that we can take a lot from. Let's play that video.
Eva Sant te hari ne game hare valo preme tene sang rame hare valo preme tene. Eva Sant te hari ne game hare valo preme tene sang rame hare valo preme tene.
Atyantik Kalyana according to the Vachanamrut Gadada, middle chapter 59. And the only way to do so is by these ways: calling him more often, video calling him, shooting out voice messages on WhatsApp every day, asking a spiritual question, remembering him through the mind, following his agnas. And Puja Yogi Swami's life is an example, and by by looking at such kind of Santo and Bhakto's lives, our life will also be infused where we can keep Puja Guruji more and more involved in our life. Does that answer your question, Tirth Bhagat? Perfect. So that's another episode of our webinar. Do you guys have any other questions or any comments or anything like that? Open forum regarding your questions or anything. It was great to meet you. I'm sure you still have some homework to do because tomorrow is Monday. You procrastinators, go back to school. Make sure to do puja in the morning before going to school. Make sure to worship Bhagwan, Bhagilag Bhagwan, your parents and your Ba-Dada. So if we have any cursed intellect, then it will wash away. Yes? And definitely be sure to stay connected with Puja Guruji and Santos. Saying that, my humble Jai Swaminarayan Bhakto. Eat well and sleep well. Jai Swaminarayan.